But these dudes, anybody watching this show right now basically knows the gist of our story. Henry, we don't know your story, and from what I understand, it is a doozy. You're going through a divorce currently, correct?
Correct. I am mid-divorce. Our final trial date is in May.
Okay, now you say you're mid-divorce, but how long has this been going on?
Roughly 3 years.
God damn it!
Hang on. All right, I'm okay.
Yeah, somebody is.
That sounds like bullshit.
Did you get played?
She moved out, and I did get played, thinking we were going to dissolve it peacefully.
Naturally.
And come to find out, 16 months after separation, she wanted to take everything that she legally could, and maybe a little extra.
My favorite is the lamp. Tell him about the lamp.
Oh my God.
Come on, Henry, you have to tell him about the lamp. He's like, I have to gird myself up for this.
All right. She wants the equity in everything, from firearms to the lamp to a push lawnmower, a bed set, a couch, a washer and dryer, a lamp, pretty much everything. She wanted my AR-15. That was a family gift from her father. And
oh my God,
she's going to get it. Or I'm just going to say I'll sell it, or I'll list it as whatever price you want, or you could take it because I don't want to pay her out.
Don't listen. That is like man rule 101. Surrender no weapons willingly.
Yeah, Pop. I'm just gonna let you know. We ever break up, I want half the equity of Dick Straws. Okay. How pathetic is this?
All right.
This is the pettiest shit I've ever heard.
When I got divorced, I literally left everything except a futon and a massage chair,
which is still upstairs in the lamp.
Yeah, I use it almost every
day. I accidentally activated it one day while I'm typing, and I'm like, oh. All right. This is what you kept from the divorce? I can see why. Yeah.
But like, I refuse to, like, because we're going through the whole proceeding, and they're like, what property would you want? And I said, I don't want fucking nothing except the futon and the massage chair, and I'm going to take all of my my personal belongings. I left everything behind. Everything.
Well, I wish I had that option. She just wants the money. So.
Well, naturally.
I know. But yeah, I mean, if you need to, take the AR, sell it, get a receipt for it, and give her half the value. I mean, all right. The AR-15, how long is the barrel?
16 inches.
Oh, who makes it?
It's a Frankenstein one.
I think
the barrel probably like Anderson or something.
It's probably worth $600 because you could get 16-inch barrel ARs for $499 now.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah,
she said it's worth $1,000.
Yeah, she's out of her fucking mind.
I know.
Like literally.
Well,
yeah. Go to AIM Surplus and look at their ARs, and then just do a print screen, print it out, take it to the judge, and go, she's out of her fucking mind.
Oh my God! Now, obviously we know that this woman doesn't know anything about firearms, but the part that you mentioned when we were getting ready to gear up for this is that prior to her pregnancy, she wasn't even a feminist, and then all of a sudden, all right, I'm going to let you just take over. The dude's got to hear this. This is just too.
All right, so we didn't really have a traditional set marriage per se, but she would submissive, she would cook, she would clean. I would go to work. She would contribute to the house and all that good stuff. But she started listening to this podcast, which I will not name because I don't want them to get credit. And behold, after she had her baby, she was like, well, I want you to wash my clothes. And I'm like, well, I'll hire a laundry service. No, I want you to do it. I'm like, oh God. So I acquiesced. Right. I washed her clothes. And then she was like, you didn't fold them and put them up. I'm like, look, I washed them. Okay.
All right. So right there was a mistake. You lost your frame.
As soon as you give into the first demand, they feel like they can make.
They just keep pushing it and pushing it, and literally before you know it, you're basically that ox with the goddamn throat thing on,
the yoke of slavery,
hauling a goddamn wagon full of people.
I was full on blue pill simp in that mode right there.
When I was married, jackass pulling the wagon full of like battery operated men and.
When I was married, I was the same way until I got my first balls deep insertion into my rear point of my rear exit in the court. And I literally went to my best friend in tears like a couple days later and humbly apologized to him because he was going through this divorce shit and I was totally oblivious to his pain because I was so blue-pilled. And then once the divorce was final for a good 4 years, 4.5 years, I was an angry, angry man.
I remember.
Yeah.
That's around the time that I met this guy.
Yep. And then my buddy Darren, who passed away.
Yeah.
I was literally going to go do bad things. I had equipment. I was ready to go. I stopped by to see him to say goodbye. And he pulls out this like 15-year bottle of Glenlivet. He goes, let's talk about this. Starts pouring the whiskey, and it went down so smooth. And about 4 a.m, I'm like literally lit up. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess
It'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Just sleep it off on the couch. The dude literally saved my life. All it did was get me drunk and talk me down.
Sometimes that's all a guy needs.
Yeah.
That's all it takes, man. It's all it takes.
Saved my life. Saved my life.
Well, you're not too far from us, Henry. So you ever need that, you let us know. We will bring the whiskey. We will talk your ass down. All right.
Shit happens.
No. There's no self-deletion thoughts in my mind
That's
whatsoever. So if something happens to me, please investigate my wife because I got $1 million life insurance policy on my head.
Oh,
she's the beneficiary. I
motive.
can't change it in a divorce.
You can't
Sucks.
take her off until the divorce is done?
Correct.
Wow.
Can you stop paying on it?
I don't want to because of my daughter. You know,
Yeah,
at the
fair
end of the
enough.
day, I do have a 3-year-old daughter. I do want her to be taken care of.
You know what you can do?
Flak jacket.
No. Was there any mention of having a trust? Because you can
No, I don't have a
actually
trust.
set up a trust, take her name off the life insurance, have the money go to a trust, and have a trusted friend or relative manage that money and give it to your daughter as she needs it throughout her life. That way, you know, the slag that is ripping your heart out through your asshole along with your wallet will not get that money.
That's the plan.
And literally, if you go into court and they bitch about it, okay, maybe you'll get contempt of court. You know,
What are they going to do?
1 to 7 days in county. Big deal.
You know what they make you do in county? Toss the salad.
No, mop the floor.
Well, that too. When you're done.
Well, like I was about to go up for contempt of court,
Yeah.
and like the sheriff was there talking to me, and like the judge is yelling at me, and literally the sheriff is like, "You'll be all right if you go to jail. You just mop floors, you'll be fine."
It'll be fine. Yeah. Dunging.
Because they knew I was an army guy.
Yeah. I mean, what are they going to do?
You know, I'm a Green Beret in court getting like just waylaid, and the sheriff, the sheriff deputy was there, and he was just like, "You'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It's all good.
Wow.
So, I mean, I've knock on wood, I've never been in jail yet. I came close a few times. I got lucky.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
Well,
That's
you were
pretty good.
arrested, younger than 25, if memory serves. Because, you did the episode Stupid Things Men Do Under the Age of 25.
Oh, yeah.
Criminally underwatched. So do a search for it. If you write it down in your phone, make a note, and then search for it after this live stream.
Because I did all kinds of stupid stuff in my youth.
Yeah. It's one of the only times that you wore a blue shirt. So sticks out of my head.
All right. Yeah.
It's all good. But as far as your divorce, Henry, what all has actually been settled, even though you haven't really crossed that finish line yet?
I got 50-50 joint legal and physical custody, that's really all I wanted. But nothing is settled. Like even the house I live in, I'm buying her out of it, but she could change her mind and tell me to sell it. I hate being in this position where someone has leverage over me.
And
Limbo.
guess what? When I was doing that last walk of shame down my driveway after I picked all of my belongings out of the garage, I literally said to myself, this is never going to happen again.
Oh, you preaching to the choir. 'Cause
One and done.
I would never get married again. Not a chance in hell.
Not a chance in 3 hells. We're not even no.
No, it's
And I mean, it just blows my mind. These young guys out there are still willing to do this shit. Are they out of their goddamn mind? Oh, yeah, they are. They're dick thinking.
Yeah.
I answered my own question.
Well, she different. She loves me.
I thought that too.
Because quite literally, I have watched whole men's lives and careers and everything get sucked into that Bermuda Triangle, never to be seen again. And that Bermuda Triangle exists on every woman underneath their belly button.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like it's a black hole of doom.
For sure, man. I'm trying to keep everything out. I just want to reach the finish line.
Now, the thing is, how old is your soon-to-be ex-wife?
36.
Well,
okay. And then she wants to do the feminist thing and work?
Yeah.
All right.
Which I offered her a way out and said, you don't even have to work. Just raise our daughter, trying to go the traditional route. And she said that was for weak-ass bishish. So...
yeah,
well,
that's what? The podcast talking because she's weak-minded.
The minute she goes north of 40, she's going to come sniffing around because she's going to realize 40 to 80 is a long time.
Yes, it is. And you know what that means. Oh,
here we go.
I have to do it. I have to do it.
Stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop.
Oh my goodness.
It never gets old, man. Never.
All women who fall into the weak mindset of your ex, that's where they wind up. It is extremely rare that a woman, especially at her age, and she keeps dragging this divorce out, because the longer she drags it out, the older she's going to be when she has to get back out there and start looking for a new piece of strange.
Well, she probably already has something lined up. It's been 3 years.
I don't think so.
Got a couple of these hanging out.
Pictures of my odometer from my car to get the equity out. It's bad.
Oh,
wow.
Man.
Yeah.
That's insane. I hope, for your case, I hope the judge is like, this is bullshit. This didn't have to take this long.
Yeah, and you said she makes good money too, right, Henry?
Yeah, the judge is starting to come around because she wouldn't give me like her financials, and she threatened to file an order of protection because she tried to link it with her doctor. And the judge was like, look, just subpoena all her financials. And if she tries to file any motions, I'm not going to allow them. So
good.
That's where we are.
So the judge knows it's a bunch of horseshit.
You may have a shot. It sounds like your judge is at least a little based.
And you've been paying her alimony for 3 years?
No, I've been paying her alimony since July of last year.
All right. So, and you're married 6 years?
6 years. She's trying to stretch it to a 9-year marriage if she gets her way to the end of marriage being the final court date.
That's ludicrous. I'm saying it should be from the date of separation. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I know. But she played him.
Yeah. Then the judge is realizing that, but he also said, "Hey, pick a date in the middle." I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like the date in the middle is a difference between, like, she's already getting $125,000 just if we go with the separation date. The date in the middle pushes it to about 135, and the end date pushes it to about 150,000. So,
all right. Well, let me ask you this:
money.
What is the value of your piece?
Gosh, you sound like the judge.
I'm just saying.
I'm just
listen. As a man, I'm going to tell you right now: money comes, money goes. You're not an old guy. You'll make this money back. I promise you. And you're gainfully employed. All right. Now, I'm not telling you to roll over. I would never tell a man to do that. I'm just saying, in the back of your mind, you just fortify your inner person with the fact that money comes and goes.
Yep.
And guess what? Chances are your soon-to-be ex will never be able to duplicate that again. She's way too old.
And a lot of the money that she even gets from you is going to be spent caring for the child for 50% of the time, because she's not going to have legit help from you. She's going to have a check, and that's going to be
correct. Correct. And if you get my administrative violence course, I can tell you how to do evil stuff to her, and remain completely anonymous.
It's all good. And we're not suggesting anybody do that.
Well, it's all legal. It's just unethical. But you don't have a law license, do you?
I do not.
Then you don't have anything to worry about.
I mean, I should have a law license for how much I'm paid in legal fees already. You could have went through law school by now.
Oh my God, yeah. Henry.
I agree.
Henry, when you were dating your soon-to-be ex, what did you do to vet her?
I made sure she didn't sleep with any of my friends.
All right.
That's
I
important.
made sure it wasn't a dry relationship because, I was young when I met her and that was of high importance. I made sure she had stable income and I made sure she can contribute to a household.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay.
Did you recon the mother?
Did you recon the mother? Did you find out her dick stacking test?
I did. I reconned the mom, right? And the mom was like, oh, yeah, she was divorced and remarried and she didn't take anything from the father in the divorce. Then come to find out when I go through divorce, I'm speaking to the father. He's like, oh, I was paying child support too, man. And if I would have had anything, she definitely would have took it. And I'm like, oh.
And what's her relationship with her father like?
Non-existent.
Oh!
He's the one who
I mean, I just did a video on that, didn't I?
Oh!
All right.
Look, to be fair, they were really close. And then when we had our daughter, he got sick during the pandemic and he couldn't make it to town to see the birth of his granddaughter. And she accused him of choosing women over her. And that was the end of their relationship.
Oh, this was around the time that she discovered the unnamed podcast.
Yes,
the podcast that shall not
he
be
was
named.
Indoctrinated in that podcast, so heavy comparing me to their husbands. I'm like, we are different. It's not the same.
Well,
I'm working
yeah.
14 hours.
I mean, one of my rules is this: if you are going out with a woman that is divorced, never marry her, because she's already done it. She already knows how the system works. She's got a taste of that power, and power corrupts.
Yeah.
So at any time, you have to. I mean, you're the cash and prizes.
Absolutely, man. I don't know what her future looks like, but I agree with you. I don't.
Well, we already showed you a clip of it.
Yeah. I mean, 36, divorced twice, has a kid, raping you in court. I mean, oh my Lord.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm sure maybe some young 22-year-old buck will come and treat her like the bullseye at the bar.
Yep. 3 pokes to the bullseye, and then you pull out and you move on to the next game.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, 36, it's pretty much a wrap.
That's post-wall, yeah.
Yeah, she's post-wall.
I actually told her that too. I was like, you sure you want to do this?
It's not
You
going to
got
go well for you.
friends in the same boat and they're struggling.
Yeah, I know women who get divorced in their late 30s, even early 40s, and they think it's going to be just like life was when they were in their early 20s. It's not how it works.
Nope.
It is like maybe for the first few months when they're coming out fresh and they want a new piece of strange. Like they'll get hot dogs thrown at them like crazy. They'll be getting more hot dogs thrown at their face like a trash can at the ballpark. But at the end of the day, those guys aren't sticking around.
Nope.
They're not making a bed and sleeping there. They're going home.
And within a year and a half, a lot of those women wind up walking around with the 1,000-cock stare. Like literally like,
Yeah.
another one?
Yep.
Another dick? Another
one? Huh?
And look, I have the joke. The minute the woman gets divorced, the first stop she makes is to Home Depot to buy the 2 revolving doors, one for the front door, one for the rear door, for the parade of men that are going to come in and deposit DNA.
Mm-hmm. And you know what you need to make revolving doors? Hardwood and a caulk gun.
Listen, I understand your kid is going to be around that, but I'm just telling the reality of the situation.
Yep.
I wish she would find a man, in all honesty, so she could get off my case. I really do.
Oh, even then, it's still
No.
like even if she found a man, you know what would happen? He would, stick around as long as the getting was good, and then as soon as he was done with her, he'd be gone. Then all of that pent-up frustration from the years that she spent investing in that guy, and then the subsequent anger at him is all going to get redirected right back at you because you're the easy target.
Well, the thing is once her life implodes, she's going to blame you for everything.
Yep.
Oh, I'm already the blame for everything.
No.
It's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse, bro.
It's going to get way worse.
Oh.
When she's 41 and she spent the 5 years getting dry humped in her camel toe, twat knuckle, she's going to show up and be all pissed off like, why don't you stop me? And then you look at her, go strong and independent. Slam the door in her face.
Yeah.
I mean, women like that, you just got to show up with KY, because I imagine sticking your junk in that dried out zombie vag is like trying to bang a styrofoam.
Now, I understand, this has taken 3 years and she played you.
Yeah.
I got it. Listen, all the blue pill men out there get played because most of them are dick thinking. All right. And the nerve endings on that bundle at the end of your penis, about the size of a walnut. All right. Not a lot of thinking going on there. All it says is, she'll do, it'll be fine. And then all of the bad decisions come out a little hole at the top.
Yep.
Every time.
Yep. If it's smart enough, it's just, like the first guy on the front line, cover me. I'm going in.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Man. Latex saves your paychecks.
Yes.
Don't be dumb. Put it on her bum.
I never heard that one before.
If you use lambskin, make her drink out of a ramekin. I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just trying to come up with rhymes now. I got a special poem for you later on New Tech.
Yeah, put it in her mouth and don't leave it down south.
Well, I'm actually just going to get a vasectomy because I don't want this
I got you
again.
That's good. Take the bullets out of the chamber.
Yeah.
I got you, man. Listen, I did a video on the vasectomy, and it was not a pleasant process for the popster.
Mine was fine. Yours sounded like a living nightmare.
No, mine had smoke, blood.
Oh, no.
It was terrible. I waited a week and a half, took it easy. I picked up a toolbox, and my nutsack swelled up to the size of a grapefruit. I called the doctor. He's like, well, come in. We can irrigate it. I'm like, what is that? Oh, we're going to, drain the – I'm like, drain –
Needle in the wiener.
Needle in the wiener. No, I'm good. No, we're good.
So, in other words, Henry, research doctors before you go in and let anyone cut on your nutsack.
Yeah.
Right? It's,
Listen, man, the needle in the wiener is not a good thing.
no. Even when it's on purpose, it's like...
You see the look on his face. He's like, ah.
That's why you never, ever try Viagra when you're like 22.
No, man. No.
Oh, I've never tried it, so hopefully I won't need it. We'll see.
Well,
How old are you?
Buddy of Pops did.
37.
All right, so you should be getting the Viagra spam started about last year.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, I'm telling you, when I turned about 35, 36, I started noticing dick pill stuff in my email. I'm like, what the hell? I
Your
don't need
spam is
that.
just nothing but Nigerian princes and boner pills.
Your whole divorce, it's been 3 years, and you think it'll be done this year?
I'm hoping.
Okay.
Well, basically what's going to happen, as the magistrate explained, we'll have our trial, and then someone will object, and then they'll object it to a higher judge, and then maybe by September it'll be finalized.
September. Damn. So
Yeah,
that'd be almost 4 years at that point?
Yeah, but the thing is, every time I went into the divorce court and they tried the magistrate thing, I literally, I paid my money to see the judge.
Yeah.
So they would come up with these crazy things, and I'd be like, I'm appealing it, and I just immediately fill out the paperwork and cut the magistrate out, because the magistrates, in my opinion, they're always on the side of the woman, and they put it in your ass in a bad way.
Well, is there a good way to have it put in your ass?
Well, some women
there's necessary ways to have it put in your ass, after 40.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You're right. It's never a good thing. You're right. I stand corrected.
I can't really put my finger on it. But it doesn't sound very good.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Popp for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.